What's killing our world and why we need to wake up? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something real, something bigger than the trends, bigger than clout, bigger than all the noise around us. Because honestly, what's killing our world, what's killing our communities, our values, our sense of direction. Let's talk about it. The culture of destruction. From drill rap to viral videos, a lot of what's blowing up right now is built on negativity. Not all drill is bad. Artists are expressing real pain, real environments, but when the only stories that get pushed are the violent ones, it shapes how the next generation sees themselves. We went from music being a voice to being a warning sign. From drill rap to viral videos, a lot of what's blowing up right now is built on negativity. Not all drill is bad. Artists are People give more praise to the likes of King Von and K Flock for simply being murderers. To feel intrigued, they make edits of them, even if they call themselves demons. They rather act like him. I feel like they give too much attention to the bad things and not enough attention to the good things. I feel like rather than being outraged and trying to suppress these people, they constantly diss people's dead and disrespect each other and then get interviews. They make edits of them, glorify the lifestyle, call them demons like it's a badge of honor. And the crazy part, the younger generation starts wanting to act like them. Not because they're bad kids, but because that's what gets attention. That's what gets views. That's what gets validation. We give too much attention to the worst parts of their story, not enough attention to the human beings underneath it. Not enough attention to the pain, the struggle, the trauma, the environment that shaped them. It's like the world zooms in on the violence and blurs out the lesson. Instead of being outraged, instead of saying, yo, this is getting out of control, people hype it up, they defend it, they share it, they normalize it. And the people who constantly disrespect the dead, who turn tragedy into entertainment, who feel beef after beef, those are the people getting the interviews. Those are the people getting the platform. Those are the people being rewarded. Meanwhile, artists who talk about growth, healing, community, and responsibility, they barely get a headline. We've created a system where negativity travels faster than the truth. And then we wonder why communities are drowning. And here's the wild part. We act shocked when the violence comes right back into the real world. But how can we be surprised when we've been feeding it, promoting it, and paying for it with our attention? Platforms don't push positivity. They don't care about the accountability. They care about engagement. So the more disrespect, the more chaos, the more controversy, the more the algorithm eats it up. And that's a trap. Kids grew up thinking being heartless is the goal, thinking being a demon is a personality, thinking being feared is the same thing as being respected. No one tells them that most of the people they idolized didn't even want that life. They were just products of their environment, trapped in cycles that couldn't escape. But the industry doesn't show that part. The interviewers don't highlight that part. They skip past the trauma and jump into the entertainment. It's like society is more fascinated with the destruction than with the solutions. More interested in watching someone fall apart than watching them grow. More excited to see beef go viral than see peace built. And if we don't call it out, we don't push back, if we just let the wave keep going, we're going to lose a generation to a fantasy built on pain, because attention is currency. And right now we're spending it on destruction. We have to start elevating the voices that actually build something. Artists who can talk about growth, community, and responsibility. Creators who inspire instead of divide. People who show the full story, not just a violent highlight. Kids need to see role models who made it without having to crash out first. They need to see the strength isn't measured by how many ops you brag about, but by how many cycles you break, how many people you uplift, how many battles you walk away from because you know your worth is more. We need platforms to start rewarding disrespect. No, my fault. I misspoke. Stop rewarding disrespect and calling it content. But let's be real. They won't change unless we force them to. And the only way to force change is by shifting what we watch, share, and hype up. The moment we stop giving clout to disrespect. The moment we stop treating pain like entertainment. The moment we stop idolizing destruction. That's when everything starts to shift. Because once we value something different, the world will start offering something different. And that's how we take our communities back. Not with violence, not with outrage, but by changing what we choose to amplify. We're watching people do anything for views. People don't chase purpose anymore, they chase attention. Every day it feels like the bar for what's acceptable drops a little lower. More drama, more disrespect, more trends that disappear faster than they show up. We're trading real connection for 15 seconds of approval. Drama equals clicks, clicks equals money. And once money enters the equation, everything else becomes optional. You think these platforms care if the communities fall apart? You think they care if kids grow up believing violence, beef, and negativity are the only ways to be seen? They don't. They care about engagement, plain and simple. But here's the scary part. The more broken up we are, the more profitable we become. A kid who's confident and grounded, harder to manipulate, harder to sell. A kid who feels empty and angry and overlooked, that's a gold mine. That's someone who will chase validation, trends, drama, conflict, all the things that boost the algorithm. These corporations don't have to create chaos. All they have to do is reward it, push it, amplify it, put it in your face 24/7 until it feels normal. Next thing you know, negativity becomes entertainment. Beef becomes marketing. Trauma becomes content. And every like, share, and comment, that's data. That's ad revenue. That's profit. And then those same companies turn around and say, we're concerned about mental health. We care about community safety. We want to protect young people. No, they don't. Because the pain they profit from is the same pain they pretend to care about fixing. So yes, chaos pays, but awareness is power. Once you see the game, once you understand the system, you choose what you feed and what you refuse to give your energy to. Because the truth is, we stopped giving them chaos. They stopped getting paid. Somewhere along the line, we stopped holding the line, and you can feel it everywhere. Respect gone. Accountability rare. Community barely hanging on by a thread. It's like we traded our real values for quick hits. People don't want to build anymore. They want shortcuts, cheat codes, and instant results. Everybody wants the finish line, but nobody wants the road that gets you there. We used to celebrate discipline. Now we celebrate convenience. We used to value growth. Now we value speed. We used to have patience. Now it feels like patience is a weakness in our world obsessed with right now. And when you remove values, you remove structure. Without respect, everything becomes conflict. Without accountability, everything becomes something else's fault. Without community, everyone is alone in a crowd. We're surrounded but disconnected, loud but unheard, together but not united. And the sad part, most people don't realize something's missing because the world keeps telling them that shortcuts are the new standard, that clout is more important than character, that speed matters more than substance. But here's the truth that nobody wants to admit. Values don't disappear, you just stop choosing them. Respect can come back, accountability can return, community can be rebuilt, but it starts with individuals choosing the hard path, the real path, over the easy one. If you're tired of watching everything crumble, you're not crazy, you're awake, and maybe that's where rebuilding starts.